But first off, I'm going to hand it off to my lovely co-host to delve into Jadon Sancho's bollocks.
You know what? Yeah, I think I wanted to talk about this first, and I don't think it's bollocks, if I'm honest with you. I think this is, I'm just going straight into it. I think that this is an indication of how Ten Hag, what he expects out of his players and what he's willing to do to get the best out of them. Though I think that his approach isn't the best for all players, all individuals, let's say. I don't want to look at... I think he looks at players too much as numbers and needs to look at them more as humans, if I'm honest with you. I think this whole situation with Sancho now, him being dropped entirely from the squad against Arsenal, well, it did come as a bit of a surprise because that was sort of the first news of hearing about him and his lack of his presence in that team. Now, Ten Hag came out and said that again, it's more just about standards in training, and he just wasn't performing in training. Sancho, via Fabrizio Romano on Instagram, or the Instagram post that he's put out, has said that please don't believe everything you read. I will not allow people saying things that is completely untrue. I've conducted myself in training very well this week. I believe there are other reasons for this matter that I won't go into. I've been a scapegoat for a long time, which isn't fair. So I think he's sort of talking about, earlier in his career at United with Ten Hag and him, having that break like last season and having to go off and sort of, refine his game and, really see where he is mentally and whether or not he could handle the pressure of being a United player. But again, I don't think it's really about him as a United player. I think it's just him being a Ten Hag number, really. So he's continued on to say, all I want to do is play football with a smile on my face and contribute to my team. I respect all decisions made by the coaching staff. I play with fantastic players and grateful to do so, which I know every week is a challenge. I'll continue to fight for this badge no matter what. Now, I don't think he can come up with those last comments and actually fight for a spot. I don't think Ten Hag's ever even going to think about including him in the team. And to put it all short, I think his time at United's done now. Unfortunately, I feel like it's just one too many instances where I'm not putting any blame onto Jadon at all. I just don't think Ten Hag rates him, and I don't think Ten Hag wants him in the squad. I think he's been a shadow of what he was at Dortmund. He's shown glimpses of what he can prove. I mean, in his goal against Liverpool, his coolness under pressure he showed there in that solid victory against them. I believe we won 3-1 that game pretty comfortably anyway. But that was a Liverpool side that wasn't that great either. Though, yeah, I just find it interesting, his relationship with Romano now. And yeah, I think Fabrizio's sort of becoming like this voice like a middleman.
For players to speak out.
Yeah, for the players to speak out now, and
I heard rumors. I don't know what players it was, but that players were messaging him, calling him up to ask him to make posts to help push for a move for them, make up rumors to help get the players a move that they might want.
Yeah, and look, as unprofessional as that sounds, I think that's just the climate of the market these days. I think clubs can be very stubborn at points, and they understand their position with their players in terms of their contracts, and they're like basically saying, sorry, but not sorry, you're staying with us, or we're getting rid of you. So it's sort of like I said, it's more of a numbers game. It feels like with these players these days, they're not looked at as humans anymore, and I think that this is sort of an example of what players can do to get that power back. And Sancho, I think, obviously wants a move from United now. I think that's pretty clear.
He said he wants to fight for the badge.
I was just about to mention that. I think that's just the thing to get the support of the supporters, of the fans. But I don't think his intention is to stay with us long term.
Well, someone else...
As long as Ten Hag's in the picture anyway.
Someone else we know did something similar at United recently, said some similar things on a bigger scale. But said he loves the badge, etc., but spoke out against them. And is it... We're talking about Ronaldo, by the way.
Yes,
if you didn't get that. But is it concerning that since Ten Hag's come in, this is the second player now that's spoken out against him in the club?
Look, it is. Like, I think we've seen instances where players have been unhappy at clubs and they want to move on, or they feel like they're hard done by, and they come out later and mention it, not during. So yeah, with Ten Hag, I think he's got a no bullshit sort of philosophy, and he just says it as it is. And unfortunately, I just don't think in this case Sancho appreciates the way he's been spoken to about. And I think Sanchez is trying to sort of repair, like not repair, but he's trying to just preserve his value as a player too. I think in Ten Hag's comments, he's making him seem very unprofessional and not well equipped for the professional game. So yeah, I think I don't blame Sancho in saying all of this, but again, this is another thing that's just not a common theme for us, but there's just a lot of instability at our club, and I think this definitely doesn't help. And I thought we'd pass this, but now let's see. I think maybe it was known to him, known to him recently that maybe he's not part of the future at United.
Well, it just seems like somewhat of a pattern. Like he says, I've conducted myself well at training this week, contradicting what Ten Hag said, and he said, I believe there are other reasons to this matter that I won't go into. Maybe there's similar reasons to when Ronaldo came out and he says, I think I was being punished for not being at pre-season when my reasons for this were valid, obviously, his child, etc.
Yeah.
And all that. So maybe it's hard to tell if these are the players making excuses, or if this is Ten Hag actually maybe being a bit too harsh on them. Or maybe like the rumours were that Ronaldo wasn't a part of Ten Hag's plans, and maybe Sancho, having come back now, maybe he's being told he's not part of the plans, and they've both gone against it. So maybe that speaks to the character of them. It's sort of, looking from the outside in, it's hard to tell what's right and what's wrong. If it is a Ten Hag that's more of the problem, or is it the players that are acting out?
We don't know. As outsiders, we don't know. We don't know, and unfortunately, it just has come to this situation now, and I just hope that there can't be anything really defining said now, because the window just closed, and I don't think we can.
He's gonna have to hang around for a little bit longer. At least.
Yeah, he's gonna, and just not for his sake, but for United's sake as well. I think I don't know. It's an interesting. I think he needed to. I think he needed to, but I think Ten Hag knew what he was doing when he was saying that. I think he knew that he was trying. I think he wasn't. Whether or not he has told him yet, I think it depends on that in terms of the future plans. But if he was told about the future plans and whether or not he's going to be involved, or if he's not going to be involved, shitty timing on Ten Hag's behalf. But if it was just Ten Hag trying to pull Jaden's head out again, it could be that too. And Jadon just he hasn't reacted well. So I don't appreciate. Look, I do and I don't appreciate Romano getting involved in this. I think he needs to. Sometimes I think he may have just gotten excited and just been like, "Oh, this is going to be attention grabbing. It's too good to pass up," and he needed to be the first one to break it, because we all know Romano is like really good with that. So anyway,
he just became the most interacted with or most followed account on Twitter or X.
Yeah. No, you're right. So
maybe the hype's getting to him a little bit, and he's just acting out a bit. He's making some interesting Instagram posts as well. He said, "This is how do you say summer dump?" He just posted a bunch of photos like it's a like it's a private account or something.
Oh, he's a
posting
weirdo.
his screen time, posting him scoring goals in the five-a-side match. Honestly, it was a good finish as well. I'll take him at Chelsea at this point.
He's taking the piss. Look, I think the whole Sancho situation. I'm just gonna quickly go on, but just first, honestly, I think the type of player he is. Yeah, I think he could. I think Tottenham would be great for him. I think in terms of his best when his best is when he takes on players and when he has that confidence. And I think
something Kulusevski doesn't do.
Yeah, well, exactly. So I think he'd be great on that right side for them, and potentially
back to Germany.
Yeah, it could be Germany. It could be, what were you saying? Bayern Munich. So, you know, their wingers have been in and out of their team. So in terms of Koeman and Gnabry and
Sane.
I always that's saying Mane.
I think he could go. Yeah, he could join that team.
Maybe just get his juice back a bit. Maybe stay there and then move on elsewhere. I don't know, but he
definitely needs something new.
Yeah, I think so. So unfortunately, I just don't think, to what I've seen of Sancho, I don't think he's really set for United.
Yeah.